Okay, this is what we do. This one came off much easier, as you can see. I didn't need to do much. It was a little rusted, but not so bad. That one came off with just unscrewing the screwdriver, did a little wiggling, and it popped right off. Now this one over here, as you can see, it's got a lot of rust. So therefore, what's happening, this baby is on there very good. Just want to show you. You see my hand is literally shaking. I don't know if you can see it, but my hand is shaking to get that off. So this needs to come off. She needs to come off. She's on there pretty good. This is very much rusted. So what would we do in this case? So we got to unscrew this. So this is loose in here in order to get this terminal off. So I'm going to work on this. I've tried a lot of muscle and a lot of wiggling. Nothing's happening. So I'm going to try something special. WD40. 2 sprays away. Let's see if it works. This is good for lubricates moving parts such as hinges, wheels, rollers, chains, gears. Protects against rust, corrosion on items like tools, firearms, sporting equipment. Penetrates to free stuck corroded parts like nuts, bolts, valves, locks. Displaces moisture to restore wet and flooded equipment such as engines, spark plugs, power tools. So we saw the bolts, nuts, which would be that and this right here. So what I'm going to do is use this napkin here, because we want to try not to get it so much on the terminal here. Now this is my first time ever removing a battery on my own, and I want to learn these things, and I've had a little bit of help. Some friends guide me with getting this one, so thank you. You know who you are, so thank you very much. It's the little things sometimes that I can't do. The bigger things, again, I've said this before, I can get from one country to the next. I can travel abroad, but I can't get around the block. So this is a 1, 2, 3 simple thing, but because we ran into rust and therefore not being able to unscrew this is not being able to get this rusted. See how it's definitely rusted in there. And you want to be careful, because if you wiggle on it without some kind of lubricant, like I'll show you right now. I've been wiggling on this for the past 24 hours. Okay. Now, I only have one hand, but I've tried it with 2 hands when I don't have the camera down. And she's not coming off. So I've tried it with 2 hands and had someone even hold the battery down, because when you wiggle it really hard, the battery moves. It's not coming off. So WD-40 is what I'm trying here. See what happens. And I've used this stuff before on bike chains and such. Just a little bit. I'm going to spray away here. Away from. Just a little bit there. A little bit in here. Okay, let that sit a minute, because it does say on the back directions. There's some dangers. Contains flammable. Keep spray away from heat, spark plugs, pilot lights. Okay. Shake can well, which I did. Flip the straw for stream or downward spray. We did that. Saturate area, let soak for several minutes. For best results protection, do not wipe off. So I'll be right back. After a few minutes, I'm going to let this sit and we'll see what happens. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. Oh. Yeah, I don't even need that. Oh, you didn't really want to touch it. Ah, there we go. It's spinning right off. Okay, that tightens it back up, so we're going backwards. Let's see, this way. Because my battery is, as you can see, my battery is technically working from here. But since I am this way, the nut's coming right off the screw. And technically I would wear some, you want some kind of barrier in between your hands and the chemical, always when you're using chemicals. So now we got that back. I'm going to spray a little more down there and let it sit, and we'll see what happens. Okay guys, so I'm back. It got dark here because it was around 4:30 when I started, East Coast time. So I want to show you what I had to do. So I sprayed more WD around here, and this part in here, as you can see, the metal flipped out because it was sealed together. It corroded and eroded together, unlike this one, which has the split in the ground. That's how it should be. It came right apart, right off. So this one, the WD helped to lubricate that in there, and I'll show you what I did. Can you hold that, Nan? So I got Grams out here. My 87-year-old Nan, my backup man. All the guys are sleeping. But I did get some advice and some help. 'Cause again, little things like I didn't know not to allow the metal. These two should not touch. So shout out to my friends, and also to Viking Man who told me about the hammer and the Thor's hammer. So the WD. So this is what I did, guys. I got two out here. I used the smallest one. So not only was this rusted, but this area was corroded. There should be space in there, and I did not have that in this one. So I just took the hammer, I started up here, and bang, 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 and it went through like that. And now you see it's got a space in there. Yay! So let's see if this comes off. Let's see if you're working. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, you got that, Nan? Let me get my gloves on. Gosh, I've been working on this since what? Last night? Yesterday? For 24 hours.
Well, last night, yeah.
Yeah, about 5 o'clock, about this time last night. So you grab a hold of that. Can you believe this?
And there it is. Yay!
Again, you don't want the This is all about, you know, removing rust. How do you get off a rusted terminal? Couldn't do it. Didn't know what to do. So these you don't want to have touching. And I will pull this out later because it's not about pulling out the battery because that's going to be pretty heavy. But the job was done. WD-40. And a great granny. One girl, one granny, and one WD-40. Thanks. Hope this helps somebody out.